everyone, and welcome to this week's Species Center Stage for May 4th, 2023. I'm Lori with Behavior Education at Spirit Keeper Animal Sanctuary. I'm going to talk to you this week about what I have for many years known as the West Papuan Carpet Python. However, according to the More Complete Carpet Python book, published in 2022 by Echo Publishing and authored by Nick Mutton and Justin Julander, the most correct name for these snakes is the New Guinea Carpet Python. You might also hear them referred to as the Irian Jaya Carpet Python or the Papuan Carpet Python. To keep up with the most current name, I will make an effort to refer to them as the New Guinea Carpet Python. The current taxonomic name or scientific name is Morelia spilota variegata. You may have also heard them referred to as Morelia spilota harrisoni, and that Darwin carpet pythons are referred to as Morelia spilota variegata. Well, according to the More Complete Carpet Python, the Indonesian population of carpet pythons inhabiting southern New Guinea and those in northern Australia inhabiting the Cape York Peninsula, which had previously been classified as Morelia spilota mcdowelli, a locality of coastal carpet pythons, are all Morelia spilota variegata. Okay. To learn more, read the book, which goes into detail. I want to get to talking about their behavior and trainability, but first I will briefly tell you their average size and typical looks. I also want to be clear that according to the More Complete Carpet Python, the Morelia spilota variegata in the Cape York Peninsula is a different and separate population from the one in southern New Guinea. And I am specifically talking about individuals from the population in southern New Guinea. All 8 of mine are actually from New Guinea and not from Australia. They are normally shades of tan, yellow, and gold with a dark brown or black banded pattern. Some have jagged striping down the back and occasionally may be fully striped. I have some that are very dark and at least one that is very light golden yellow with black banding. So there is definitely variability amongst how they look. While some may be smaller or larger, they average around 4 to 5 feet in length. I have 8 and none are larger than this. In fact, a couple are just under 4 feet. As far as their habitat goes, they have been found in tropical savanna and eucalypt woodlands and dry areas bordering rainforest areas, but not in rainforests themselves. I provide all of mine with humid hides that have damp New Zealand sphagnum moss in them. And then one of my 8 New Guinea carpets soaks frequently in his water dish. I keep mine at ambient temperatures around 70 degrees Fahrenheit at night to 78 degrees Fahrenheit during the day, with a warm area of around 80 degrees Fahrenheit available during the day. Our building does sometimes get warmer in the summer, and this causes their ambient temperatures to be warmer during the summertime. For details about genetics, scalation, natural history, and breeding, I really do recommend you read the chapter about New Guinea carpet pythons in the book, The More Complete Carpet Python. Remember, I am an animal trainer and behaviorist, so I like to stick to what I know. And with that said, let's discuss their behavior. Based on the 8 individual New Guinea carpet pythons that I work with, they are great display snakes. They prefer to perch on ledges, branches, PVC perching, or just anything else that's up high. They rarely hide, but when they do hide, they seem to alternate between hiding underneath something on the ground or in their sky hide located on the ceiling of their enclosure. They do use their moss boxes when going through ecdysis, but I only have one that actually soaks in his water bowl. They seem to habituate really easily to activity. Mine routinely have dogs, cats, and humans doing all manner of activities around their enclosures, and they don't seem bothered by it. By that, I mean they continue to remain out in the open and do the same behaviors they were doing when we were not around. They are not particularly social, though, and given opportunities, by this I mean an open door, literally, they rarely come out of their enclosures and explore. They seem content to hang out of the open door, or sometimes they'll retreat back inside their habitat. They don't seek out human interaction or contact and are not amenable to handling, although usually don't attempt to bite when being picked up or carried. However, if handling was not initiated in a respectful manner, I believe that they would bite. The only time I handle mine are to put them away on the rare occasion they do come out or for any veterinary visits or health care. As long as minimal restraint is used and they are free to move through your hands, they seem to tolerate handling pretty well. Now let's talk about training. They learn signals very quickly. I use a target to indicate feeding time and a snake hook to indicate they're going to be picked up and cannot opt out on the rare occasions that I do pick them up. Of all the python species I work with, this one has the least inhibitory control, the least impulse control, and the least ability to delay reinforcement. They all tend to strike at the target as soon as they see it in anticipation of eating and have been the most challenging to teach to delay reinforcement, to think, and to follow the target to earn reinforcement. I have 2 of my 8 that will follow the target a short distance. However, this is where we've hit a roadblock, and the other 6 just strike at the target immediately when I initiate a training session. None of them are shifting or doing any complex targeting behaviors. They do recognize that they are not eating when the target is not there, but when the target is presented, they will immediately seek gratification. In other words, immediately strike at the target in a prepotent response. This is not typical of my other carpet pythons or Morelia, many of which do very complex targeting behaviors and are very patient to wait for reinforcement. I'm working on some different behavior modification techniques and shaping plans with the new Guinea Carpet Pythons, and will let you know how those work out. Overall, I would say they are great display snakes and not easily fazed by activity out of their enclosures. But they do not make good pets if you want to handle them, have them come out frequently, or want to do complex training with them. They are more of a leave me alone and enjoy looking at me kind of snake. And I am basing this on the 8 individuals that I work with here. I enjoy them a lot, but I wouldn't recommend them to clients as a family pet, knowing as I do the expectations that a typical family has for their pet snake. Well, thank you very much for listening, for learning and watching. And until next time, please remember to always be kind and love your animals.